Thanks a lot, Sean. And I think that we all would do well to really listen to what Sean has to say and try to build upon that. But on the other hand, HSM is really, I think, uniquely positioned in many ways in terms of what they are able to offer. You already have an existing back-end infrastructure for taking orders, for setting up accounts. You have an environment where people are looking to shop. And that may not really apply to a lot of other T-commerce activity that's going to follow on the success of HSN. Companies are really going to need help in terms of many of those things. So applying it to retailers, to channels, to direct response operators is going to be a little bit of a different game. And I'd like to start getting into some of how that's going to happen with some of our panels. Let's start out with Russell from ICE. Talk to us a little bit about the elements of implementing a solution for a new customer that wants to get into T-commerce, how you see how some of that's going to need to be done.
Certainly. Well, from the ICE perspective, it comes down to the three components: convenience, convergence, and diversity. From a convenience element, it's making the technology accessible, making it simple, ease of access and use. From a convergence perspective, it's connection, touching each aspect, of your customers' lives, and leveraging that convergence along multi-platforms, whether it's TV, internet, mobile, gaming platforms, you name it. What ICE has done is we've unburdened that front end and back end by leveraging our capabilities in our back-end cloud and learning from what we've seen in the internet, PC-based server industry, and looking at that as a parallel universe with respect to the STBs. Because when you really think about digital information as a whole, you're not that far apart. The only real difference that we see right now are the capabilities, and looking at the progression of the industry as a whole with eBIF and True 2A, and I found out eBIF IO6 is coming out, which will support the unbound very shortly. It's just a matter of time before you're really catering to your consumer base. And when you think about that connection with that consumer base, it's no longer just about selling one product, right? It's about really establishing that relationship with that consumer base and looking at the long-term value that you can get out of that relationship by leveraging it with the consumer.
Okay, interesting. And